Hello there, motherfuckers, and welcome to my first ever live stream pay-per-view review for Elimination Chamber 2018. This pay-per-view, Roman Reigns, motherfuckers. I know all the smarks are gonna be really disappointed. Oh no, I wanted Finn Balor to win. You wanted that match so badly. You wanted to see fuckboy Balor and Brock Lesnar and probably one of the most, unappealing mismatches of all time. So, I like the way this match was structured. Okay, so I watched 2 whole matches on this show. Let's start off with the women's match. I didn't bother with the other matches because it was getting late and I was already watching Walking Dead. By the time I did everything that I had to do that night, it was already getting fucking late. Yeah, Roman again, because that's who deserves it. I mean, you would say, this is interesting. I'm kind of curious to see what they're going to be doing with Braun Strowman at WrestleMania. I am, maybe knowing them, they might make it a triple threat match. That's the last fucking thing we need. Another fucking multi-man match. I really hope that they don't do that again. I'm just saying, just keep it to one-on-one. And, alright, so let's start from the top. The women's elimination chamber match, Alexa Bliss won, which I was happy to see. I couldn't believe that Sasha hits a fucking frog splash from the top of the pod, and that that only gets her a 2 count. Once again, these big moves are just transitional moves, which makes no sense to me at all. Aside from that, I mean, the match was fine. I thought that they could have made a bigger deal out of Sonya Deville, especially even heading into this. I think that Sonya's got a good look to her. I think the fact that she's got an MMA background is enough. But this is the thing is, Eve Torres also had an MMA training background, and they did nothing with that. They had nothing to do with it. And, Iron Baron says the Elimination Chamber is about as dangerous as the McDonald's Funhouse ball pit. I was going to say that this new Elimination Chamber, that game Simon with the bright lights? It looks exactly like that shit. They made it look so fucking corporate looking. It's all lit up. They made it look less intimidating, less like a House of Horrors, and more like some fucking corporately sponsored shit. I'm surprised they didn't put the Kentucky Fried Chicken logo right where the WWE logo is. I mean, it takes away from it with the big fucking logo on there. We know what program we're watching. We know the WWE is producing this pay-per-view. Their logo is already all over the place. It's already in the fucking lower right-hand corner of my screen. I know what program I'm watching. You don't need to slap the fucking logo right on top of the damn cage. So it looks like a giant game of Simon Says. Beep, boop, bop, bop, boop, beep, bop, boop, boop, beep, 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 boop, bop, bop, boop, boop, bop, bop. It looks horrible. It looks fucking terrible is all I can say, because it looks like a giant game of Simon, that electronic game. Who puts that out? Fucking Tiger puts it out. And the other thing is, I don't think this was new to this year. I think they had this at the previous Elimination Chambers, but the grating on the outside was just all padded. And I mean, I'm all for protecting the wrestlers, but it comes a point where I'm looking at this match and I'm they're taking away basically all of the charm of this match. Everything that could have been, considered to be different from your normal cage or Hell in the Cell match, slowly but surely, they keep on taking away little things from the chamber. And now you've got fucking mats on the outside, so it's almost like there's no point to even having an outside at all. to this cage, because it's just fucking mats out there, so it's dangerous. So why don't you might as well just have the cage roll right up against the ropes. I mean, it's just a mat anyway outside. What's the fucking point of going outside? You know, every time they went outside, there was like, you can't pin them out there. You can't, you know, I don't know. Anyway, I'll be honest with you, at the end of the match, I was actually fooled by Alexa Bliss. I was ready to get on here and start fucking saying, you know, oh my God, once again, they're more about this whole feminist movement. Oh, I'm going to get to Ronda Rousey in a minute there, Lavarius. So, just hold on to your socks to see what I think about that. You know, so when she was saying the whole spiel, I thought they were just like appealing to the feminist movement. You know, she was like, oh, this is for every little girl out there. And I was like, oh man, they're really going to put aside her character just so they could like put over this. We're inspirational to women. We're inspirational to women. But instead, she just kind of said, you'll never follow your dreams. And she quickly got her heel shit on, and I like that. So, yeah, so it was good enough for, you know, I'm not like losing my mind over this. I'm sure many people will be like, I love this because it involves women, and I'm all about furthering the feminist movement, women's revolution. And it kept annoying the shit out of me how Michael Cole was saying, I'm talking. You know what's funny? It's like JR used to talk about talking to these wrestlers, but Michael Cole comes off as such like a cuck. He really does. He's like, Sasha, this is your most important match. How do you feel about it? I mean, it's like, did you listen to his like lines of commentary? He sounded like super fucking pathetic. He really was like he was kissing the ass of fucking Sasha Banks. Sasha, do you want me to clean your clit before you go out there? He like dyed his hair blonde. Holy shit, he looked fucking gay as fuck. I just gotta say it, guys. So there you go. So I mean, it was a decent match. You know, but so. I think I had like some connection problems there, but really took away from it, them both heading into this match with not a lot really going for them. You know, they were just Paige's students, but they were all just, you know, they're just in there. They just like kind of shoehorned them in there, I felt. Anyway, so let's move on to what everybody really wants to hear me talk about. Ronda Rousey. Rowdy Ronda Rousey. You know, they quickly changed it, and they basically, I'm having a little bit of a connection problem here, so just bear with me for a second. Anyway, so I hope you guys are still seeing this. I'm just having a brief little connection problem. That's a problem with these streams. Anyway, so with Rowdy Ronda Rousey, they started off like, oh, you know, thanks for the opportunity, guys, and shit like that. And I was like, oh, God, please stop. And then Kurt Angle kind of was like, oh, you know, it was a little bit funny, but the way how, like, Triple H was kind of like, you know, moving Kurt Angle away. Why are they making Kurt Angle seem so weak? I mean, does anybody remember at Survivor Series? And oh, I also want to go back to one fucking thing that they also said in the Elimination Chamber with the women. They were like, oh, the women from SmackDown are like commenting on this shit, and I'm saying to myself, these women were beating the shit out of them. I mean, yeah, exactly. K-Dex saying it was like dead on arrival. Hey guys, exactly. I mean, I felt like I was watching fucking Bob Ross, not Ronda Rousey. Hey guys. Yeah, I mean, that really that kind of killed it for me. This is why I said it was going to suck. But yeah, you could say that Kurt Angle saved it. But the way how Triple H is just trying to make him seem like a mental patient, like he didn't know what he was talking about. He just like fucking like guides him away. Says, "Oh, sorry, Kurt Angle's got the flu and shit." I'm like, okay, that was funny in a way, but it's like Kurt Angle was just going toe-to-toe with Triple H. I'd rather have seen like Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey team up and beat the shit out of those two. So, you know, Kurt Angle says, "Oh, you know, I heard them, you know, talking, and they said that, you know, they couldn't wait to own that bitch." And so Ronda puts on her mean face. Ooh, ooh, you know, the super mean face. And, you know, that's kind of how I wanted her to come out. You know, but she was smiling Ronda Rousey up to this point. So I liked how they did address the WrestleMania 31 shit, how it was 3 years in the making. So long story short, she puts Triple H through the table because Kurt Angle keeps telling them what they said behind her back. And Triple H like got belly to belly through the table, and I've never seen him even lay there for like the rock bottoming him through the table. So I mean, I will like give credit to him for selling for Rousey as long as he did. But you know what just made it seem terrible is that Stephanie just got out of the ring scot-free. Why didn't Ronda like chase after or something? What is this thing where no one is allowed to touch Stephanie? Okay, so you had that one time, yeah, he did fall victim to cuckoldry, Iron Baron, exactly. I mean, it did make him look like a big giant cuck going through the table. You know, so the last time Stephanie got hit was back at WrestleMania with Triple H. Remember, Triple H moved out of the way and Reigns hit Stephanie. We got to see her get speared. And I know that they don't like to touch women anymore in WWE. But for fuck's sakes, I mean, you know, if there was going to be one moment, unless she's going to finally get her hands on Stephanie at Mania, she better beat the fucking shit out of her. Beat the fucking... And even how... Because Stephanie... This is what didn't make any sense. Stephanie slapped her in the fucking face. And so she just does this. She moves her hair out of the way and she goes... once again. Yeah, I mean... Exactly. She's like the king of the feminists. That's exactly what the thing is. And I don't get it. Why does WWE on a quest to really be this accepted? Like, I mean, because you have a whole other part of the audience that if they fucking just got rid of it, yeah, I do agree with Zargon. Zargon 7 was the one who made that statement about Stephanie being the queen of the feminists and she's never going to get hit. And that probably is the case. She's never going to get hit because she I represent all women. I guarantee you that those ridiculous facial expressions that Stephanie makes, she doesn't represent all women. I mean, every single segment she has to make it about her. Like, she looked better than Triple H in this segment. She did. Because she was the one actually still standing tall at the end of it. Maybe not standing tall, but she was like, you know, she didn't get hit or anything. She got away. She got off. All she got was a mean face from Ronda Rousey. And that was it. She got off fucking scot-free. So, I mean, is this segment a success? Partially? Like, okay, like, it was funny, like, how Ronda's reaction changed and everything. I laughed when Triple H got put through the fucking table. But, like, you know, where was the payoff? If she's going to tag with Kurt at WrestleMania, which that obviously seems like the setup, I mean, it would have been perfect. But, you know, it's like Kurt Angle and Triple H were going toe-to-toe at Survivor Series. Triple H hit the pedigree on Kurt Angle, screwing him over in that wacky fucking finish that they did at Survivor Series. And then, you know, go rewind to the women's match and they're talking about, oh, you know, these women from SmackDown really appreciate what the women from Raw are doing. They were kicking the shit out of each other. You know, just in November, just a few months ago. All right, so I'll go through some of the other matches. You know, I skipped the tag match, Apollo and Titus versus Cesaro and Sheamus. Cesaro and Sheamus retained. Nia Jax lost to Asuka. You know, and then she, you know, put her through the barricade, a spot we see way too many fucking times. So Asuka beat her, you know, she pinned her really quickly. And then you have Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy beat him with the twist of fate. But the thing was, the crowd, so disrespectful, chanting, "We won, refunds." You know, this fucking crowd was so, like, disrespectful. Even when, like, Ronda Rousey was out there, this fucking crowd was annoying as shit. Like, they really were. They were just, like, a bunch of pests. So, okay, let's just get to the end over here. So we had the number one contenders match for Brock Lesnar's title, and Roman Reigns ended up pinning Braun Strowman at the end. Strowman eliminated everybody else. He eliminated 5 people, and that was a good move. I mean, if you were going to have Strowman lose this match, that was the way to do it. They had Strowman beat everybody with the power slam, and then it was just him and Roman. And Roman beating Strowman after all that. That you know, that is when a match where the wins and losses, where they really show that they matter. And so, you know, it was good if they were going to have, you know, him get beat. That was the right way to do it. And of course, if he's going to lose to somebody, it should be Roman Reigns. I mean, this is the top guy. I mean, it is. You know, and so, but this is what was so stupid about having Seth Rollins go the distance. Yeah, it made him look strong headed into this match. But, you know, like, there was no point to it. We did that whole, like, 2-hour fucking match on Raw just to come here and just, you know, Seth Rollins gets eliminated. Okay, so some people might have fooled themselves into thinking, oh, well, maybe this means that they're going to put all their eggs into Seth Rollins' basket. And they're going to, you know, fucking catapult him to the moon. They're going to push him to the fucking moon. No, that wasn't the fucking case at all. They just had him get eliminated by Braun. I don't even, you know, he didn't get any eliminations at all. So the fucking point of the gauntlet match was moot. There was no reason to have that fucking gauntlet match already. And, you know, K-Dex, I kind of disagree. I would not fucking give the belt to Elias. I wouldn't have had him win the match. Either Braun or you know, who did win? Roman. I mean, those were the two deserving people. Nobody else in this match was ready to win it. Obviously, you knew it wasn't going to be Cena. If they gave it to Cena, everybody would have fucking, Cena's burying everybody. But Cena was like one of the first people to get eliminated. I mean, he got eliminated even before fucking Fuckboy. So, you know, I think all the arguments about John Cena burying people have been put to fucking rest already. You know, yeah, like Elias, he's really good. But like people are saying, you know, in the chat that, you know, he is one of my favorites, but he's not rated. They've given the world title to too many people. Now's the time to step back. They need to work on their big stars again. You know, enough with trying to, you know, build everybody else. First, work on Roman, because you're losing the crowd with Roman. Roman is so good. This crowd is fucking totally out of control. They need to fucking control their audience. I mean, they have nobody to blame but themselves. Because over the years, they catered to this smart mark crowd, and now they have people booing their top guy. It's not because Roman's bad or anything. I mean, guys, if you're watching this match and you are still saying that Roman is a bad wrestler, I mean, you're being stupid already. I mean, this guy performs at a top level. He performs very well. There's not really a lot to complain about from this guy for an in-ring standpoint. I mean, this guy sells. He's in there. He carries himself like a true star. So I don't really see the point. So I'm happy that we're getting Roman at WrestleMania. We're going to, this is how you build a star. And, yes, I think that they should do some personality tweaks. It is time to have Roman really address this crowd. They need to start building off. I already said this. This is why it was a big mistake with the Shield. Roman Reigns was on fire after beating Cena with those promos leading up to the match. He was ready. The WWE was ready to take him to the next level, but they pulled back on the reins. Pun maybe intended. And they just fucking put him in the fucking Shield storyline. And they forgot that, guys, we had tremendous heat on Reigns. Now would be a good time to do some type of tweener act or, turn him heel. It would have been the perfect opportunity. But they didn't do it. They had to fucking go ahead and do the whole Shield reunion. And what happened to the Shield reunion? How successful was that? Where's the Shield now? What happened to it? Not there. It was almost like an omen. As soon as they started up the Shield thing, there was problems. Roman got sick. Dean Ambrose is injured. So I don't know. I mean, they got to address this crowd a lot better than what they did the first time around with Roman and Brock. No tug of war, please. No fucking tug of war. Thank you. That would be very nice if you could not do that this time around. So, yeah, guys. There you go. There's your review. Yeah, I want to see the Roman and Brock match, but they have to build it up a lot better, and I am not sure that they have the capability of doing that. I mean, this company has only gotten worse since they've had that match, if that's even fucking possible. So yeah, we had some rowdy Ronda Rousey. She, fucking cuckolded Triple H to a fucking table. We had the fucking, Simon Elimination Chamber. Beep, boop, boop, bop, beep, beep, boop, bop, beep, beep, boop, bop, beep. And there you go, guys. There's your Chamber review. I guess I'll see you for the Raw review. And, yeah, there you go. Until next time, motherfuckers.